Hey guys, we've got a lot to talk about today. We're going to be talking about jump float serves. We're talking about how to add more power to your spikes and your serves. We're going to talk about, can you actually recover from a sprained ankle in a week? And do you really need knee pads if you're playing opposite? Let's start talking. First question, jump float serve. I've been trying to learn the jump float serve, but I can't hit the ball as hard as I want to because I would just lose control of it or get a topspin sometimes. Super frustrating. I know, because I've learned that jump float serve, and even though you're so close to it, even that little bit of spin is sort of hurtful. It sort of hurts. Continue to hit the ball hard and practice trying to take the spin off the ball. Because when we look at the research, if we want to practice anything with speed and power, we need to practice it with speed and power. You can't get good at having an accurate topspin serve that's really fast if that serve's not fast. And same goes for being accurate. You can't practice being accurate if you're not practicing how to be accurate. Start practicing how to take the spin off the ball. Now, if you notice there's topspin on it, that means you need to put a little more backspin on it. If you notice a little bit of side spin, that means you need to do the opposite side spin. It's these little adjustments until you get the right feeling on the ball that make the journey worth it. I know it's frustrating now, but once you learn to control that ball spin with power, you're going to be unstoppable. You're going to be unstoppable. Keep working hard, practice with power, accuracy, and control. Good luck. All right, next one, transferring strength into the ball. I've been struggling to put my strength into my serve/spike. I'm able to spike hard when it's just playing around an open field or when spiking down into the wall, but when it comes to spike or serve, it magically goes away. Oof, that sounds really frustrating. Note that my coaches at both schools and club noticed that my form was already really good, so I'm really wondering why I can't hit that hard. Okay, seems like an interesting problem. The first thing I think about is your contact point and how fast your arm is actually going. So, do I have a ball around here? I do! Okay, so I've got this ball. Now, contact point is so important because it's literally you contacting the ball. There's nothing more important than that. If you can't contact the ball, there's no volleyball at all. So contact point needs to be solid. Something you can practice is really just slapping the ball into your hand and get a feeling for what feels good when you're contacting the ball hard. Oh, it should be making that big slap sound. One more time. Being able to do that means you're moving your arm quickly and you're contacting the ball really nicely. If you start trying to swing your hand really fast and start contacting it like this, see how the sound's a little bit different? That means your contact point's a little bit off. So I recommend just this really simple drill of trying to hit this ball as hard as you can and getting a feel for it. It should be contacting a lot around this palm area and you should be feeling it on your fingers as well. If you're paintbrushing it, you'll feel it. If you're going off to the side, you'll feel it. Your contact point really needs to be on point to be able to make a nice slap sound. That's what I recommend. Go practice that. Okay, knee pads as an opposite. I'm currently playing opposite in 5-1 rotation. Should I wear knee pads or not? Now the real question is, how comfortable do you feel wearing knee pads? How comfortable do you feel without them? Personally, I've never worn knee pads because I couldn't afford them, and by the time I could, I learned how to dive really well and I just didn't need them. If you feel really comfortable with your knee pads and you're used to using them, I recommend using them in opposite because although it's less common for an Oppo to pass, there's still chances you're going to be running after that ball, going for a dive. And if you don't have your knee pads on and you're used to them, you might injure yourself. So it really depends what you're more comfortable with. Good luck. All right, can I learn to jump serve at 5'1"? Right now I'm at very disappointing height. 5'1", no disappointing height. I disagree. No height is disappointing. You play volleyball because it's fun, not because you're tall. Let's keep going. I've just been learning a bunch of serves and now I'm at the jump serve. I learned the footwork and using a low toss. I ran into a problem though. Every time I hit, it just goes out of the court. I tried flicking my wrist and it goes into the net. All right. Now, this is what I suggest. As always, with an isolated skill, record yourself so you can see what yourself looks like. But I also want you to record your spiking technique because a lot of servers, when they're first learning their jump serve, aren't actually jumping as high as they think they are. I compare it to their spike. I'm saying, hey, are you jumping as high as you jump when you spike? A lot of the time, they're not because you're learning something new and you're doing a different motion. So you're not having a big focus on your jump. So I consider recording yourself, serve, and spike, comparing the difference, see if there's a big difference between your height, your vertical that you get. I reckon there will be. And that's where you start, because the main benefit of a jump serve is you're contacting the ball at a higher point. And most of the time, you're contacting it above the net. That's what's so beneficial. So when you serve, the ball doesn't need a loop like this. It starts up here, so it just goes down, if that makes sense. So I think it's in your jump, my man, or my girl, whoever you are. Consider comparing your jump to your spike jump. Good luck. All right, interesting question. How do I recover from a sprained ankle quickly? I need to fully recover from a sprained ankle in 4 days to play volleyball. I've left it rest for a week and I can walk, but it hurts a bit. I just want my 77 standing vertical to be back. Okay, first things first. Not a doctor. Not a doctor. But I am a human who has experienced a sprained ankle, and they are painful. Now, my whole philosophy around injuries is, what is your body telling you? Is your body telling you, ow, this hurts, you need to stop? Or is your body telling you, hey, I feel all right, we can do this? That's a journey and lessons you need to learn. Most of the time, if it hurts, your body's telling you, hey, let's stop. Most of the time, when it's not hurting, your body's like, let's do it, baby. What I recommend, sprained ankle. First, go see a professional. I'm not a physical therapist, okay? And don't let anybody on the internet tell you what you should do if they're not a doctor. First step. Now, second step is, you talk about, does massaging my sprained ankle with oil help it or nah? Massaging any inflamed area? I probably wouldn't. If it's an injury, like landing on your ankle, crack, ouch, probably wouldn't touch it. Personally, I just don't think massaging an already inflamed area is going to help. So keep that in mind. I'm going to have to tell it to you straight. If you're walking around, it's still swollen and it hurts, your body's probably telling you, hey, I need to rest some more. Now, it's really easy to get taken away with that idea of every single game is the most important game in my life. But to be honest, the best players in the world are the ones that play for the longest. I'm talking about playing for 35 years instead of someone playing for 5 years. Do you want to be playing for 5 years or 30 years? LeBron. People think he's the GOAT because he's just been doing it for the longest at such a high level. That's why he's one of the greats, because he's been doing it the longest. Compare him to Giannis. Giannis, still, incredible basketball player. Not even considered GOAT-worthy because he just hasn't been doing it as long. The best players are the ones that play it for the longest. And if you want to play longer, you gotta understand your body and where its limits are at. I hope this helps. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for asking so many good questions. And thanks for listening to me answer them. If you made it this far, please consider hitting that like button and asking a question in the comment section that might get highlighted in the next video. If you want a community of volleyballers that are striving to be their best in a kind, effective, additive, and learning way, go join the Discord. Everyone wants to get better there. Everyone's asking questions. Everyone's trying to be kind. If you want these videos a week earlier, consider becoming a YouTube member, and you'll also get access to these beautiful, wonderful emojis. You get better when you practice, so go practice just listening to your body. It's really hard, but the players that play the longest are the ones that are the best. Good, Jody.